Alrighty, so I just wanted to make a quick video on whether or not you should probably be summoning for the new Tarmiel. Also, quick note, there is a patch delay notice, and they haven't actually said when the patch is delayed to. It was apparently originally for 4/26 at 10 p.m. That's PST, which is like 11. It's like 1 a.m. my time, but the patch has been delayed, and they said that they will release I guess another like a patch notice at some point with the full release schedule of the update and everything. So I'm assuming it'll probably be out in a couple of hours or so, but this is the big update where you're gonna have to re-download the entire game, and you'll be getting the 100 diamonds and everything like that. So I'm assuming maybe there's some sort of complication there, or they're just trying to make sure that everything goes as smooth as possible, so they delayed the patch for I don't know how long. So yeah, just so you know, that is the case. Other than that, I don't know, subscribe or something. Either way, let's talk about the banner and talk about the character, because the character is very interesting. And the only reason the only reason I don't think that this is weird hair thing, there's not a clear cut like yes you should summon for this, no you should not summon for this, is because there's a big factor in play here. Is next banner is going to be the slime collab rerun, the season 2 slime collab that everybody's been waiting for. And on all purposes, I would say normally, yes, you should skip this banner and go for the slime collab. Especially if you're free to play or you're just low on gems or whatever the case may be, those characters are going to be way more limited time, way harder to get your hands on, especially after the collab is over. Like, I mean, there's no way to get them at all until a rerun comes back, because the slime collab is the oldest collab that we have in the game. The old characters are haven't been able to be obtained since like the first 3 months of the game's release on global. So it's been a really long time since the characters were obtainable, and now we're finally going to be able to get them again, along with 2 new characters. So that is a big deal. The slime collab, I think, definitely takes preference over anything else at the moment. I mean, any character that's original to, or like a character that's for this game or original to this game, or whatever the case may be, if it's a 7 Deadly Sins character, there's going to be a chance to get it sometime in the future. The green Sariel that came out not too long ago is also, I'm assuming, in the same boat as this red Tarmiel. He was a little exclusive here and there. They actually, for some reason, just didn't add him to the SSR tickets or the SR tickets or anything like that for whatever reason. So there's actually no easy, no, I don't want to say easy because it's all luck either way, but there's no non-time limited, there's not a way that you can just summon on those ticket banners and just hope to pull the character or anything like that, because they're not, green Sariel's not on the banner, which only means that I can assume that the red Tarmiel will not be on the banner as well. Which means that he's a little limited, but there have been, I think, 2 banners already since the green Sariel's release that have come out, where he's been on the banner, which isn't too bad, honestly. And one of the banners was the Festival Deanne banner as well. So I mean, that was pretty good value. If you were going for the Festival Deanne regardless, you had a chance to get that character. And I know if you don't summon on this banner, there's not a guaranteed chance that you're going to get this red Tarmiel, but just like all of the other archangels, they get added to banners eventually, and you'll be able to pull the character. So I would say if you have the extra gems, it's kind of a hard unit to pass up. That's one of the biggest reasons why I'm planning on summoning. If this character wasn't like an archangel with a grace that you can put on anybody, I would be way more tempted to just skip this, save for the slime collab, and then there's potential that there could be a festival sometime relatively close to that, maybe sometime afterwards, because I don't know, I don't think it's like a solid laid in stone kind of plan, but it does make a lot of sense. There is a lot of evidence shown that last year's schedule has lined up a lot with this year's schedule. Like, they're releasing a collab pretty much on the same update that they did last year, and the last time that they did did this, or last year whenever the collab came out on this update, there was a festival banner like literally right after that. So I don't think that that's like a confirmed like we're getting a festival after that or anything like that, but it would be kind of nice to save your gems. So I would say just unless you already have the gems set aside, or you're really stacked and you're just sitting on a lot of gems and you want the character, then feel free to go for it. Because I think that Archangels are really hard to pass up. Archangels are such good characters, and the graces are so nice to put onto, you know, other units and stuff like that. And his is no exception. His is very lengthy and has multiple aspects to it that make it a really good grace. So he is definitely one that you kind of, you know, want to have. But like I said, you know, he's a character for 7 Deadly Sins. He's in the game. He's, you know, there's by all means there's gonna be chances to get him in the future, so don't feel like this is like, oh no, if I don't get him now I'll never get him, because he will be on banners in the future. So that's my biggest thing to say is, you know, if you have the extra gems for it, go for it. He's honestly a really cool character. They're already releasing his Holy Relic with this update as well, if you really want to go for that. I don't think his Holy Relic's like a must-have or anything at the moment, but then again, I haven't seen it on him. I think the other Archangels are a little bit more interesting than his Holy Relic, at least, but the banner itself also has green Sariel on it, so that's nice, I guess, if that's an incentive to make you want to summon. The original 3 Archangels are on the banner as well, which is kind of nice. Mine are all 6/6, so I really can't use those, but you know, if you don't have them 6/6, that's a plus if you're planning on summoning. Assistant, this is Gerard, I'm pretty sure. Gellard is the weird Google Translate version of that, I guess. A lot of people, I think, were miscommunicated on this one. A lot of people thought that this was going to be the blue limited time, like Christmas, not really Christmas, but like the blue Elat that came out with one of the Ragnarok banners or whatever. This is red Elat, by the way. This is not blue Elat. I'm almost like 100% positive on that. A lot of people were like, oh, it's blue Elat, but I'm fairly certain this is red Elat. Either way. Shards of Memory, Knights of Danafall Liz. I'm pretty sure this is just green Danafall Liz. I don't think that this is the Christmas one. Fairy King Harlequin. I can only assume this is one of the old, like, Skinny Kings, maybe? I can't remember. Infinity Merlin, which is... Oh, okay, so these are the coin shop units, I think. And then 3-section staff adventurer bond. Yeah, these are the coin shop sins for whatever reason. I really hate when they add coin shop units to banners, but I guess they're kind of nice if you don't want to spend 7 coins to get them. I don't know. I just wish they would do some sort of like rotation system and get some of the old, you know, coin shop units out and put new ones in, maybe. But yeah, that's the banner. It's honestly not too bad. I mean, if you need, you know, Archangels, obviously it's an Archangel kind of banner, so it makes sense that they're all on there. Not really super interested in any of the other stuff. I kind of do need more Elats to max mine out at this point, because I've been using her a little bit for the deer. But let's look at the actual unit, because if you don't know, the unit is actually pretty interesting. So he has an attack flood card, which flood is always really good because it ends up dealing a lot of extra damage depending on how full your HP is. And then his heal card, or not his heal card, but his blue card is for 1 turn, increases attack of all allies by 15%, applies a buff that decreases damage taken from all enemies by 5% for 1 turn. After taking damage, repeatable up to 3 times. So it's a really interesting card. No one else has a card quite like this. I'm interested to see how this one sort of works, like on the field kind of thing, because obviously, like, just reading this is hard for me to understand because I'm smooth brain monkey man. But yeah, he has a Detonate Ultimate, which honestly I think Detonate Ultimate got buffed in this patch, so I think he has like post patch or like post buff Detonate Ultimate, because this is an AoE Detonate Ultimate, kind of like Bonds, but obviously there's no rupture here. So yeah, or well, actually his is not even Detonate, not his ultimate anyway. That's just his regular card. I'm an idiot. But yeah, honestly, I mean, this could be pretty good. I don't know exactly how good it is. I've not really seen too many people use his ultimate, to be honest. His passive is when the hero recovers HP with the effect of his grace, increases basic stats of all allies by 6%, stacks up to 5 times. So it's not just, you know, he's not limited to like an Archangel team or anything like that. Obviously he'll work really well on an Angel team team. But this works with everybody, so you can just kind of slap them on any kind of team. I think more often than not, I really don't think this unit specifically is going to be a unit that people are going to be using on a lot of teams, but I think he's going to be a really big unit for associations and stuff like that. People are going to want to have his grace, because if you don't know, his grace is when the hero is attacked by the enemy on the enemy's turn, recovers 30% of the damage taken. If the hero receives 2 or more attacks from the same enemy in the same turn, nullify the effects of all skills, including ultimate moves, of that enemy for 2 turns, excludes stance and recovery skills. So not only do you get HP back every time you get hit, basically, but if they attack you with the same unit twice in 1 turn, you disable their, you know, skill effects, kind of like Chandler's attack card, for 2 turns, which is nuts. Like, I mean, that's so much to have to worry about. Plus, it's a grace, so there's no like indicator there that it's on. I mean, the only grace that you know, there even is some sort of like visual indicator is Ludociel's. So this one's kind of nuts. You'd have to actually like inspect people to see whether or not they have that grace or not. But I don't know. I think people were making this out to be a lot bigger of a deal than it actually is. When I actually see, you know, the gameplay of people using this on JP, like going up against it and everything like that, everybody was like, oh my god, this is going to be so broken. This is like the end of the world. The meta is absolutely going to get flipped upside down. But I really don't think it affected it that much. Like, I think that it's definitely something that you have to kind of look out for, but I don't think it was something where it's like, oh my god, this grace absolutely just destroyed the game. I don't think it's that big, but it is definitely very, very good. It's very useful. So this is definitely going to be something that you want. One comment that I actually had was somebody saying that you probably don't really want to go for the character unless you can get them higher ultimate levels and stuff like that. And I can understand that to an extent, because obviously, you know, the higher the ultimate level is, the better the character is for an association. But for me personally, my whole philosophy with this game and like pulling characters and everything is you can't use a character that you don't have. So I really don't ever care about going for dupes on characters, and I know that kind of bites me sometimes because, you know, people end up having higher CC than me or whatever the case may be, but I really just couldn't care less. I just want to be able to use the unit. Like, I can't use this flood card or this, you know, buff card or whatever the case may be if I don't have the unit. So, you know, for me, 1/6 is more than enough. I would love to, you know, if I get lucky enough in the live summons, which by the way have been pushed back, I'll do them sometime in the morning whenever I wake up. You know, if I get one copy of the character, I'm good. Like, I'm on cloud 9. I'm out of here. Like, I don't know. I don't really care. I'll pull extra copies of the character eventually. You know, I didn't try to 6/6 my regular archangels or anything like that the day they came out by any means. And you know, I have them all 6/6 now because they get added to banners over time. And you know, it's nice to have them, you know, 6/6 now for associations. But I mean, unless you're just big whaling or whatever the case may be, I don't think it's really that big of a deal. But I can understand, you know, the point that they were trying to get across. So I don't know. I think that the character is really interesting. I think that they are really cool. I don't know. This Tarmiel is definitely my preferred Tarmiel. I'm not a huge fan of the 3-headed Tarmiel design personally. So Chad Tarmiel is definitely where I would say is the better one there. So I don't know. We will see how it goes in the morning whenever I do live summons. So I guess feel free to try to stop by and see whether or not I'm live. I think I'm rescheduling it for sometime around like 12-ish, like noonish for me, because that'll give me time to like wake up and, you know, actually get a couple of things done before I go live. But yeah, I guess I will see you guys there. This video went on way longer than I thought it would, so apologize for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was informative or something like that. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.